Yeah,
Yeah.
that was bad.
You see why you have really low farm, because it doesn't feel like you're missing a lot of like random farm. You're actually getting decent last hits, but if you're just moving to the fight like that and leaving your minions, then it's pretty bad. And it kind of makes sense, because I'm like, okay, what does this pattern show us? It shows us that you're not emphasizing minions as much as you should, and it shows that you're going for fights that are not even fights. Like, it's just Caitlyn getting chased by Nami, but nothing is happening. There is what's going on, guys, besides it. And today we are going to learn fundamentals laning phase for low elo, the first 3 to 4 early game laning phase levels, how to play it properly, with when to push, what to do with the minions, how to trade, everything about matchups. And these are 3 patterns that every low elo AD carry does, so be sure to watch until the end, because if you truly understand what's in this video, you will improve so hard as AD carry in the laning phase. My name is Bizaiz. If you're first time here, I'm a League of Legends professional AD carry coach, so be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out any bit of content from this AD carry channel. Guys, enjoy, and be sure to watch until the end, because you have a ranged champion against a melee champion. So you need to maintain the prio, you need to get control of the lane, because if you get more minions in the laning phase, it allows you to actually play more aggressive. For example, if I have 5 minions, and Caitlyn has 3 minions or 2 minions, obviously my support is more inclined to walk up because she has more minions. We can zone them away and we can just look to slow push and only last hit, throw a W maybe as Jinx. So this is what you should achieve in the early game. So one of the first red flags here is the following. You start the lane and you look very scared. You should just walk here like this. If you think they're in the brush, I mean, yeah, it could just Q you from the brush, but realistically speaking, you want them to be into the brush, because they are useless. You're playing Jinx with minigun, little tempo, and she's playing Caitlyn with fleet footwork. Like, what is she gonna do? Auto attack you? Yeah, and then what? Because you have little tempo Jinx? Doesn't sound very weak. And then Nami and Malphite, I mean, Nami can heal you once. She has range, she has some damage. Malphite can hit you, you know, with the Q. But the AD carry matchup is it's AD carry diff here in the champions department / runes. So we shouldn't be scared to walk up. We should be hovering this angle, ping Nami if you think she's into the brush, like someone is into the brush, and start pushing and start poking. You see what Caitlyn beautifully does right here? She pushes, and pay attention to 1 auto attack, Caitlyn on the wave, 0 from the Jinx. 2 auto attacks, Caitlyn on the wave, 0 on the Jinx. And now 3 auto attacks, Caitlyn on the wave, 0 on the Jinx. She knows, hey, I need to get push, because if I get push and I have more minions, I have control. If I have control, Malphite can sit in the brush and look to Q Nami, or even me as Caitlyn. Let's say I have 6 minions and the enemies only have 3. Of course I can walk up here and poke Jinx. But if you switch the tables, you think, hey, I should have achieved that. I should have had more minions. And it's like, okay, but what if she wants to trade? That's fine. You have Nami, he is Malphite, so you have stronger support anyways, you have more sustain, so you should be walking up and hitting the wave. In this matchup, you should be playing a lot more aggressive. There are matchups, let's say this is a Caitlyn, a Lux with Comet, or a Karma, and you have Yumi, or you have like a very weak support, and you're playing this kind of, I call it a pussy mode, like super safe, you know, you're not getting poked, you're not hitting the wave. That's fine, because it's a matchup that is unplayable. You have Yumi versus Karma. Karma is so much stronger early game, and they have Caitlyn and you have Jinx. So Karma, Caitlyn, they have a lot of range, a lot of power, so you're letting them to push you in because it's an unplayable matchup. Yeah, but this is actually not the case. You have the matchup advantage. So in this matchup, you should be playing for the push. And this one, this is a crazy thing what Malphite does. If he is into your minions, you always win. Look at him right now.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're talking about level 1 guy. I mean, okay, maybe, you know, he has a shield, he has a passive, he's still a Malphite. Yeah, but level 1 minions, they do a lot of damage. So you see how scared we were here. So this is from the first 10 minutes. This is one of the biggest red flags that I identified so far, because I already, as you were talking, I already analyzed a few things. So I'm gonna write it here. So I guess I should say we are not playing for the push in order for us to get control of the lane and look to zone the enemies when we have range support versus melee support. So this mistake can be called support understanding or matchup understanding, because we weren't able to, see, hey, who is winning, who is not winning, can we contest the push? So we were not playing for the push in order for us to get control of the lane and look to zone the enemies when we have range. Plus, the second mistake is enemy Malphite support is level 1 walking into a full 6 minions wave, and we just fully respect. Yeah, that's not, if he's level 6 or he's just, the threat is huge, then yeah, sure. But look at this, look at the Malphite right now, what he does. So Nami goes on him, he hits the Nami, and look at the minions. Look at Malphite HP. It's crazy. He imagined, like, if this is like, let's say, I mean, okay, you said a master tier AD carry, a master tier Jinx, 100% like this. And lane is over. If this guy is doing this against a master tier, Caitlyn is gonna report him. GG. It's so hard. Okay, and then it's like, oh, they got the push, so now we need to respect, and we need to, just let them get level 2, hit the minions as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, now you have to play to receive the wave, and you have to respect. It sucks because this should never happen in this matchup, and you have more power. But unfortunately, since we made the mistake level 1, now level 2, level 3 is gonna be hard for you to do something. You see Caitlyn is keep pushing. And it's not like she's pushing because she wants to poke you. You see Caitlyn doesn't actually look to poke you very much. But she's thinking, hey, I have a Malphite support. Useless. If I keep pushing them like psycho, Nami can't poke me and Jinx can't poke me. So pushing is a strategy if I want to poke them. But pushing is also a strategy so I deny the enemy. So I stop enemy from punishing me. Stop enemy from... being able to be aggressive. Because look at Caitlyn. She's literally a robot. Like, look at her. She's literally a robot pushing. And every time when I have useless support like Malphite, you can get this strategy, because if they have a good human support, Nami or Karma, and you have a Malphite, that's what you do. You try to perma push so the enemy don't punish you, and you just try to scale. So yeah, what you're seeing right here, getting pushed into the tower, being low HP, this is just a byproduct of how you play the first two waves.
Yeah.
Are you an AD carry main who feels like no matter how well you play, win the lane, make good decisions, play mechanically well most of the times, but you still have no real impact? You crush it one day, win 5 games in a row and feel unstoppable, but the next day you lose every single game and start doubting yourself. Am I even a good AD carry? What can I do if enemy top lane and mid lane are so fed? Imagine a world where you never let the lead slip away. You know exactly how to push your advantage, exactly when to rotate at the right time, and how to control objectives so you can snowball the game. A world where, as AD carry, you don't feel forced to make risky plays and you don't drop your lead. But you don't have to imagine it, you can make it a reality. This is Martin. He was grinding games, watching guides and trying his best, but none of it seemed to work. The problem? He was focusing on the wrong things. You don't improve just by playing more games, you improve by fixing the small mistakes that cost you wins. And that's a problem that most AD carry face. From Platinum 3 to Diamond in 2 months. Billy found himself making the same mistakes over and over again, engaging at the wrong time or mispositioning in teamfights, dying for no reason, and he even knew some of the mistakes but he didn't know how to fix it. He would find himself guessing what to do next, unsure whether to push, rotate or fight while feeling completely lost in the mid game. Now, he knows exactly what to do at every stage of the game and his results speak for themselves. Silver to Emerald in a month. Shaquille went from Diamond 4 to Challenger. Alex went from Gold to Grandmaster. And they are not alone, they are part of a growing community over 3,254 players who have taken coaching and transformed their gameplay. But here is the truth, this was not overnight and it was not effortless. Shaquille spent 2 years grinding to reach Challenger, not by playing more, but by playing smarter. Alex dedicated 26 months refining his skills and climbing to Grandmaster once he started focusing on what actually matters. So no, this is not a one session and you'll climb instantly, promise. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for a shortcut, this isn't it. But if you're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the effort, apply the right mindset and focus on the details that actually matter, this is the proof that coaching actually works. You're closer to being a great AD carry than you think. Most players just need to uncover what's actually holding them back. That's it. You could keep grinding, watching random guides and hoping for progress, but how much time will you waste before realizing something is missing? You could finally find the real mistakes that have been keeping you stuck and start making real progress. You have already put in the effort. Now let's make sure it pays off. Book your coaching session now at bizaz.com. So yeah, it's pretty hard to play from this point. You just have to play reactive. It's like, oh, when can I recall? When can I mean, yeah, you can't really recall because Caitlyn is dictating what you do. If she pushes the wave in the tower, you stay and you collect it. If she keeps the wave in the middle, you try to farm with the W. Like, it's not really up to you right now because it was up to you early on, but since she got the push, she got the control, she pushed, and because of that level 1, level 2 wave, as you can see, this snowballed into, she has more pressure, she has the wave under the tower, we're pushed in, they're poking us. This lane should go exactly like that, but opposite. As in, you should be pushing them, you should be poking them, you should be getting control, you should get prio. And yeah, from this point, it's... so that's why you have that KDA. I can see that now. Because it looks like you're always playing a reactive. And again, maybe the other games are different, but just judging off your KDAs over like 200, 100 games you have on your OPGG, these blue KDAs and green KDAs, I don't know if you know what I mean, but what I mean here, blue KDA, green KDA, is in 95% of the cases a red flag for low elo AD carry. A big red flag. Okay, so let's see why we're equal here. It looks like he's low. You are also pretty low, but Katarina is trying to do some shenanigans here. Okay, and now you're like, okay, I'm gonna push. I would ping the Nami to help me push usually, but that's not something that can make a huge difference. And then you're pushing right now. Okay, so the reason why you're pushing is because you want to do what?
Base.
To base, true. But why don't you base without pushing?
I want to also deny CS.
So what do you want to do with the CS? Like, what do you want to do with this minions?
I want that mini wave to crash.
True. Is he gonna crash?
No. It depends if I cleared it quick enough.
Okay.
Probably not, because our minions are on our tower, so it's not going to crash. It's going to be set up for a permanent freeze.
Exactly. So like right now, you're basically giving them a freeze, right? Because if your wave is right there, that means their wave is right there. That means this wave is not actually going to crash. So you should be looking to push one more unless you know that the chances of you dying here is very, very high. So we need to know what is the enemy bot lane and what is the enemy jungle and who is the enemy jungle. So now we see Caitlyn. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 seconds means Caitlyn recalled for 8 seconds and 5 seconds she left base. She's right there. So Caitlyn and enemy support, they are not going to kill you if you push one more. So if the chances of you dying is really, really high here, you should not push the wave. The chances being really high can mean Caitlyn is almost back in the laning phase and you're low. If that's the case and you risk dying, run. Even though they have a freeze, it's better that they have a freeze rather than they have a freeze and they kill me. But in this case, the Caitlyn's and the support and AD carry, they don't threaten you. We don't have vision on the river, so we need to think about the jungle and we need to think about the mid. So in terms of jungle, do you remember who was the jungle in this game?
Pantheon.
Okay. So if it's Pantheon, then what do you think? Is the risk of you dying right here really high?
Yes, because I have no information on where he is.
Sure. And how can he come? Or like, what's the...
He can ult me.
Yes. Exactly. Perfect. So right here, the chances of you dying is pretty high because he does have ulti. But if it's any other jungle, like, you know, Jarvan, Elise, someone that you can see him coming and then you can run, it's usually better to take a small risk and to push. Because you have both Sums right here, Caitlyn and support and AD carry, they are very, very far away. So if Pantheon goes here 1v2, when you guys have all Sums and a wave, this is very playable. I wouldn't say it's easy kill because you're still pretty chunked, but it is playable. But you should be thinking, hey, I don't want to leave the wave like this. You should be knowing and you should move your camera here. So you see, he didn't really look at the wave. You should pan your camera there to see if it crashes, and you just looked at the gold. Okay.
Yeah.
So recall timings. This is also really big. So far we have fundamentals in the laning phase.
Mhm.
Okay. So recall timings meaning we are recalling without crushing the wave under their tower, while we are not panning camera on our wave to see if it crashes or not. We also need to pay more attention to our allied wave in order for us to know whether our wave crashes or not. Okay. Obviously, in that case, as I said, the correct decision is to recall, because it is very greedy to stay when Pantheon is level 6. But as I said, in any other case, in this one right here, you push. If it's any other jungle, just because if he comes, you can always run, you can always outplay with the wave. But if it's Evelyn level 6, or if you're really low and you know for sure you're gonna die by crushing, usually you can say, I know they have a freeze. I feel bad giving them a freeze. I'm going to lose XP. I'm going to lose minions, but I don't want to lose my life. So in this case, you took the correct decision, but just I feel like you're not gonna take. I feel like it wasn't thought about, you know.
Yeah.
In that case, so far these two patterns we saw are very big. So one, we were very safe, not contesting the wave, and two, recall timings. And that's the thing. That the reason why I asked you about mid game and late game. Recall timings and laning phase and first 3 levels, you have them in every single game. But the late game decisions and mid game decisions, don't really have them in every game, because look, you might have games that are like 23 minutes. You might have games that are like, look, 28, 10 minutes, 18 minutes, 55 minutes. So, you know, early game is usually the first step to improve your gameplay. But of course, we're going to look at more things. Pantheon is mid, you got a kill. How do you attack? Usually, do you A-click or?
Yeah. I attack, move, click. Yeah.
Okay, here I wouldn't buy boots. Boots are okay for Jinx for the movement speed. It's just not very gold efficient. I would buy normal boots and then I will go towards the Yuntal. Just because having the first item is a lot more important than having the boots. The boots are very bad. Actually, maybe we can check UGG. Maybe we can see. We can check how efficient the buy is. Okay, this doesn't work. So wiki lol. Where was it? Cost analysis. Okay, 105 gold efficient. Okay, so it's not that bad, but it's not like ideal since it got nerfed a lot of times. Plus 25% attack speed. Do you know how much attack speed your Q gives you?
Not the exact percentage, but
But
fully stacked is a fair amount.
Yeah, it's 30%. So you're basically getting Berserk Greaves without really buying the boots. So that's why it's better to just get damage. And I mean, normal boots are fine, and you can sit on it, on them. Good kiting right here. W. Locked camera right here a little bit. No problem. That's how you play. So far, it's not something that will hold you back. Like you see, if you're a Diamond AD carry and you have this camera, I would probably be concerned because it might hold you back. But when you have this recall timings and basics, fundamental mistakes like not pushing the wave level 1, recall timing, like this, like very basic things. These are like, you can improve your camera to faker level. You're still not gonna, you're still not gonna get out of this rank just because we have some mistakes that are more severe than others. Okay, here we died. It can happen. Your camera was not on the Pantheon. The position you recall here is relatively safe in 99% of the cases. But again, Pantheon and Evelyn, very annoying champions. They can always do this. You put your camera on Nami, no problem. This can happen. A bit something that I find a little bit weird is that you killed Kate here, and you're still pretty scared. Pantheon is dead, and you were pretty scared. Like, I would just stay here and hit the wave and kite the wave. Like, now, literally stay here and kite the wave. You don't need to go all the way. Like, you see Nami?
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Look.
Just kite it.
Yeah, just kite it because it's time efficient. You want to crush it as fast as possible, so Caitlyn will lose the minions as fast as possible. Will that mistake really save anything or make you improve very much? Not very much. I wouldn't say you will see any big effect. So far, the biggest mistakes that if we don't fix, I don't think you're gonna get anywhere closer to your goal, is the recall timings and the lack of aggressivity, or I guess we can say lack of support understanding. Yeah. We'll see how you play the mid game right now. So for builds, what do you usually like?
It depends. I'm majority of the time, in 99% of my games, I go Yuntao or IE. In either Yuntao first, then IE, or IE, then Yuntao, depending, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll go into Runa's Hurricane. And then sometimes I'll skip Runa's Hurricane for 4th item if I need a lot of armor pen. So I'll go LDR or like Grievous or that the Immortal Shield Bow if I need. Is it Immortal Shield Bow? The Grievous Wounds one. Anti-heal. Majority of the time is that. Sometimes I go Kraken Slayer. If I want the attack speed, but majority of the time I just go full damage.
Okay, we found another very, very, very massive pattern right here. Okay, gonna need to think what we fix first. So farming is very important on AD carry, and in most cases you prioritize farming. If the fight is very close to you, if there is something around you on the river, number advantage, you know you're gonna win the fight. You are the AD carry, so being in the fight can be good in a lot of situations. But so let's see how we decide. Now you're starting to push a wave, and here, this is good. Obviously, I would use my Q, and now you see Nami on the river. But now you already pushed the wave. So in this specific case, there is a fight on the river that looks pretty close to you. It looks to be 1 versus 1. So you have more options. You can move right away, or you can push first and move after.
Yeah.
Depending on the urgency. If the wave was like full HP, so we're thinking about the HP of the minions, and you're moving right away, that's not bad, because the wave is going to stay alive, especially the cannon, for like 10-15 seconds, so you can get a kill there, and then eventually come back to bot lane. The fact that you've started pushing right now, you can't move there without taking the wave.
I know exactly what happens here. I missed the cannon on the whole wave, don't I?
So it's very, very important to know, because that means the cannon, yes, but it's like you just look.
I did two things at once.
You immediately move your camera there and you're like, fuck the cannon. It's like, the cannon is really important. I'm not saying there are not fights where the wave is in the middle and the fight is really, really close. And the fight is really close. It's like a 3v3. You're like, I'm going to prioritize the fight and not the farm. I mean, sure. If it's really close to you like this, it can happen. Then you leave the wave like that and you immediately move. Or if the fight is really far, like let's say on the blue buff right there, you're already on the wave, push it, and then you can move after, or you push it and then you can get the tower, depending on how the fight evolves. But in this specific case right here, you just prioritize. It's not even prioritizing a fight, because you're looking there, but nothing happens. Like, look, like what do we see? Nami chasing Caitlyn, but it's like, who is behind Caitlyn? Where is the enemy support? Do we have vision? Where is my jungle? Well, he's dead. Well, she shouldn't be fighting anyway, so let me push the wave, and if you want to hover her after, then you can. But this, boom, moving in like that is... that
was bad.
You see why you have really low farm, because it doesn't feel like you're missing a lot of like random farm. You're actually getting decent last hits, but if you're just moving to the fight like that and leaving your minions, then it's pretty bad. And it kind of makes sense, because I'm like, okay, what does this pattern show us? It shows us that you're not emphasizing minions as much as you should, and it shows that you're going for fights that are not even fights. Like, it's just Caitlyn getting chased by Nami, but nothing is happening. There is not like 4 people from your team, 4 people from enemy team, Malphite engaged. Okay, in that case, maybe I would give up the cannon. Probably not though, but I would consider, I need to move to the fight as fast as possible. But no, in this case, it's not a fight that you should be there. There's not even a fight. So it's like you moved So this pattern shows us that we lost the CS, but we also wasted time of a fight that we shouldn't be there. So when I look at your OPG and I see your CS is low and your damage is low, then I think about patterns like this. Because patterns like this, you just saw. You went to a fight, you didn't do any damage because you picked up the wrong fight. So damage is problem. But you also lost the minions, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because most of the people, they either have 10 farm per minute and they have 0 damage, or they have a lot of damage but they have 0 farm. But you have no damage, no farm. So, and it's weird. And it's like patterns like this, not understanding properly when you should go to a fight, is a very important topic. Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe it's better to just focus one thing at a time until the next coaching session. So you can focus hard on, let's say, your aggressivity or your recall timing. Sorry. Before because you see, it's like a few things that will take a while. For example, if I say you're not aggressive enough in the laney phase. Trundle is top lane? I think Pantheon is the mid lane, right? And Trundle is the jungle.
Pantheon is mid, Trundle's jungle, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it is just Pantheon. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so I'm thinking like the lack of aggressivity. You're not playing, you're not pushing the wave, you're not trying to, get prior, get level 2, you contest the wave, that's the word, contesting the wave. You need to know how support melee versus melee works, range versus range, range versus melee, melee versus range. So it's like a few matchups that you need to know how it works and when you can contest and when you can't. So I feel like if I give you like 3 aspects to improve on, it's gonna be a bit too overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
So now we have 2 options then. We can go a little bit in the mid game to see how you play the mid game, or we can look specifically at the recall timings. The recall timings and lack of aggressivity in the other games to see, hey, do you make the same mistakes? Do you make other mistakes? We just focus on early game, or we can finish this game with some more mid game and late game mistakes. What do you think?
What do you think?
I think it's better to look at early game, because the reason why you might not convert your leads in the later stages can also be like, well, you have 5 kills this game, but you should have 10 kills if you play better early game.
Yeah, all right,
so that's the thing. Okay, let's spend a little bit more to see if there is any glaring mistake that you're doing. So the basic concept is simple. Mid game, you play with your jungle. Yeah, and here it's already bad because you're pushing and playing around the jungle means just that. Your jungle is starting the herald. Your jungle is on the objective. Nami is with the jungle. AD carry is all about playing around jungle and playing around support. And both of them, they provide CC. I mean, okay, you can argue that Nami doesn't have so much CC, but yeah, that's the basic concept. So here, if you hit the mid tower while they do the objective, intuitively, enemy team can start the fight, right? And you don't have people around you. So here, I like to say that you should keep it simple, keep it boring. They started the objective, don't push mid lane or try to kill Malphite. No, we're making an objective. We are a team. We are not T1, we are not Genji. We start the objective, everyone plays for that objective. And you try to not make a different play. Because right here, walking on the mid lane, hitting mid tower and hitting Malphite here is a play. Because we don't know. Does this guy have ulti? Where is Akshan?
Yeah.
Where is, like, there is a lot of variable that we don't know. And if you just literally pat towards Nami and stay with Kayn as he's finishing the objective, that would be the right play. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose the Herald or if you die mid. Let's see. Yeah, so you don't really get mid. And it's something that can hold you back, making 2 plays at once. Okay, you take this. Let's see. Wasting a lot of time here. So now you should be playing to get your item, right? Pay attention to your goal. You need 1, 2, 7, 5. So in mid game, it's simple. You play with jungle and support, which we didn't do, but no problem. And then the second win condition, and the most important one actually, is items. So I need to know at any given time how much gold do I need for my item, and having Infinity Edge is fucking good, pardon my language. So here you should be thinking, hey, I need 25 gold for Infinity Edge. I can recall instantly right now, or I can just push another wave. Judging that my wave is behind me right now, that means the enemy wave is right here. So it's right in front of me. I see action on the side lane. We have push bot lane on the Katarina. If I stay here, Pantheon has ult, so be careful. If I stay a little bit in the back and I wait the wave to come, I push it and instantly recall. That's the play. So the most important thing, number one in the mid game, is playing around jungle and support. And right below that, it's playing for my items.
Yeah.
So here, you didn't really pay attention to how much gold you need, and you also you try to push mid wave when, well, not that you try to push the mid wave, but quite the opposite. You didn't really think about, hey, where is my wave here? Okay, enemy wave is also here, right? It's symmetrical, right? So it's in front of me. So this kind of ooga booga going towards top lane when the wave is right here. You see, same thing in the early game. You didn't see the wave crushed, but it's because you didn't really look at your own wave. This is a skill that you need to think more about it. Looking at your own wave so you can kind of decide, hey, what is the enemy wave? Should I push it? Should I? So this is another skill. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I guess the deeper we go, the more things we find. So I feel like it's going to be too overwhelming for you if we talked about all of these things. So let's see a little bit of early game. Alistar Miss Furton with Sona. Alistar is very, very, very useless. Level 1, at least. Level 3 is very good. Level 2, he can be fine with all-inning. But Sona wins against Alistar because she's a range, at least in the very early game. After level 3, Sona is obviously a paper. She's going to get one shot. But level 1, level 2, you can play aggressive. Miss Furton is not to be underestimated. You have more range and more wave clear than her. But if you short trade with her, if she short trades with you, she wins. So you can take short trades with your range, but most important thing is hitting Alistar and getting the push. They need level 2 more than you do. Why do I say that they need level 2 more than you do? Why do I say that?
Because their level 2 is stronger than our level 2.
True. And most importantly, they have Alistar. Alistar needs 2 abilities. Leona needs 2 abilities to go in. Right?
Yeah.
E and Q. Thresh with the hook, he's fine. But Thresh with the flay, the hook is even better. So they need level 2. Sona, I mean, she can, okay, she's going to have healing level 2 or maybe the E. But level 1, she has range, so she can poke. She doesn't really, she's not so dependent on getting level. She can be strong at level 1. So you should contest the wave and you should hit them. Not necessarily enemies, but you should push the wave, get control, and after you get this minion advantage that we talked about, you can also consider hitting them. Yes, so let's see how you play. If you still play reactive, if you still play safe, yeah, here you just force trade. Yes. Wow. Did you see that? How safe you played right here. Like, this is Alistar. He started level 2. He started W. You have a big wave right here. You hardcore win this. We're talking about the little tempo Jinx against Miss Furton. Miss Furton just has some burst. That's it.
Yeah.
So now, let's see. Just keep hitting him. You have the minions. You literally, if this is a master tier player and Alistar goes here, he goes here and he clicks like this. Clicks up, goes here, clicks here, clicks here, clicks here, and as you're hitting Alistar, you click away from the Miss Furton, but in your wave. So yeah, it looks like there are 2 skills that we must have until next coaching session. One is before we recall or decide to push a wave or do anything with the wave, we need to pay attention to our own wave. This is the first skill that we talked about before. We need to pay attention to our own wave to calculate where is enemy wave, and we take like our decision of what we do in regards to the wave should include this variable of where is the enemy wave. This is the first skill. The second skill is how to play level 1, level 2 with the trades and the minions. In terms of the trades, you should be trading long trades here because you have a better champion level 1 and she has more burst. In terms of the trades, you should play around your range because you have more range than Alistar. Yeah. I mean, Sona has more range than Alistar, and also you have more range than Miss Furton. And in terms of the wave, you just had to get the control of the wave and then zone them. Wow, this is very crazy right here. Yeah, wow. If I see this game first, I probably don't even go to more than 10 minutes because it's definitely no matter what you fix in the mid game, it not gonna matter. Like
I
I
watch
wanna
this guy a lot. Made for a duck.
yes, pay attention to this. To this is Alistar, and you said you wanna be master. This is challenger. So this is Senna, which you can compare it with Sona. It's a range support, Senna or Sona, same thing, and it's a Alistar. This is not Jinx, and this is not Tristana, but the point is they have more range on the support department. Pay attention to what happens at Alistar level 1. You see how gigantic this is. This is how it is. Challenger 1500 LP, by the way. Pay attention to this.
Yeah.
This and how you played it, as you can see, it's completely different. They can't play the game. They got the control. They watch Coach Biz's eyes. They got the control of the lane. They shouldn't push very much. They should just keep the wave here and zone. Hit, zone. Fuck you, Alistar. Fuck you, Alistar. Level 1 Alistar. Useless. Go.
Yeah.
See? Very, very good. So the Alistar lane is just waiting for level 3. Tristana tries to not get poked too much and gets as much farm as possible. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, not much you can really do right here. Super important. So that's how big of a difference is.
Yeah, 100%. It's so clear.
Yeah, I see now why you have this this KDAs. Good. So this is, we identified the first skill. The level 1. Okay. So range support. Today we talked about range support versus melee. The most important thing is not necessarily to push them, but to get control. And the moment you got control of the lane, the moment you got this minion advantage that I was talking about, you can zone them. You saw into the Kaisa video. After she got control, she's like, I'm not pushing. I'm just not sitting and zoning. Look, I'm just zoning.
Yeah.
She has 4 minions and the enemies have 4. That's fine. Yeah. You can also have 4 against 3. Usually I like 1 to 2 minions extra. If we have 5, they have 3. If I have 6, they have 4. That's it. Don't over push it. But as long as the enemy can't get level 2 first, and you have this slight minion advantage, you're good to go into the range versus melee. Into the melee versus range, if you're in the Alistar spot, then it's more dependent if they know how to play the game. Because you see, if they know how to play the game with Senna against Alistar, it's unplayable. You have to just wait level 3 and not lose your HP. The most important thing. But if they are bad, like let's say here, if I'm MF and I see Jinx doesn't really do the right thing, I'm gonna start pushing. Look at Jinx. And I'm like, okay, let me get level 2. Because Alistar wants to get level 2. Don't get too much poked as Alistar, please. Let's say I'm MF. Don't get too much poke as Alistar. We push. We get level 2 right here. And we're gonna all in. Boom. Which they do very well. Now, they're level 2. See? She did it very good. She cut level 2 because you guys didn't play the lane right. The only mistake that she did do, because obviously she's a gold player, she pushed it too fast. She wants to push, but she doesn't want the wave to be here. Because now you go here, Alistar can't engage, right? So ideally, she pushes a little bit slow. Like for example, here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 minions red and 1 minion blue. So it's already 3 minions difference. At this point, she should wait. She should click here a little bit. She should poke you a little bit more. And she should get level 2 after this wave comes a little bit more here.
Yeah.
So she over pushed is what I'm saying. She did good because she's still playing for level 2, but she over pushed. So in a range versus melee matchup, it's usually better to don't lose the push. Don't give them level 2. Get a slight CS advantage, slight minion advantage. And then you can poke. If I'm melee versus range, play for level 2. Push the lane faster than enemies. But don't over push. Because you're not trying to crash the wave into the tower. If you crash, like now, how is Alistar going? It's like, where is he gonna go? Here. But that's crazy because that's almost in the tower. So MF here, I mean, you didn't play the lane right, but she also didn't play the lane right. And this is gold, so not many people know what they're doing. But yeah, it's basically the same kind of mistake here. Like, yeah, we didn't understand our matchup. She also doesn't understand how her support works, so her matchup understanding is pretty bad. And yeah, that's what happened here. Okay, so we know melee versus range versus melee. And then with the range versus range, it's Let's see. No way you have a range versus range here. Be crazy. Okay, range versus range. Nice. So with range versus range and melee versus melee, it's the same. As in, you need to get the push. And after you get the push, you just zone your enemies. So let me show you. I hope I have a game. Maybe I don't, but let's see. So a range support wants to poke. So she wants more minions, so she can step into the brush and she can look to poke. So let's see if I have... Okay, this is a melee versus range. But this is a very difficult lane. So here, I try to push, but they have a range support. Rakan is usually a very bad support level 1. So they should be zoning us. We're trying to poke, we lose the push. Okay, not much you can see here because this is high elo. And then, okay, this is a range versus a melee. So here, we should play aggressive level 1. We should try to push. Like, look at me. I'm walking with the wave. I'm confident because I have little tempo. That's a melee champion. That's Leona. Look at me. I'm not scared. I'm pushing the shit out of the lane. Kai'Sa is the same. Kai'Sa's like, yeah, but I also want to push because I have Leona, bro. I want to get level 2 on Leona. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to let you to get level 2. But I want to fight level 1. You see me? Look at me. I want to fight a star Q and I just punch her right here. Why? Is because I have Emilio, so he has good range. And here we started to fight. And they tried to all in. But again, we have the minions advantage right here. And what's going to end up happening is that we're winning this. And now, because they all in too early, they play too aggressive level 1. They had to just wait for level 2 and then just play from there. So they just fucked up a little bit of their matchup. Let me see. Range versus range, but it's a remake. Melee versus melee. Okay, maybe this one is decent. Like melee versus melee, you just want to get the push. Like now I'm walking up, I try to get the push, but I'm thinking, hey, it's Alistar level 1 and they have Nautilus. I can't walk up to the wave because they can hook. And Kai'Sa is very strong at level 1. So here I'm just respecting. But usually if you have matchups like that, you can play to push. Okay, this is not a good one. Let me see. Okay, range versus range. So what do I do with range versus range? I get the push. And after I get, look at me. Boom, pushing. Because if I get 6 minions and they have 3 minions or 4, my Seraphim can step into the brush and can poke more and they have to get into the tower. And we zone them. This is the trick. But it's the same thing with the melee. If this is Leona and this is Alistar, Leona versus Alistar, melee versus melee, the same thing. If I get 6 minions and they get 3, that means I get level 2 advantage, which means they have to back off. So it's the same trick. Getting the push, getting control.
Yeah.
That's the same trick in most matchup. And that's what I do. Here we look for a little bit of poke, but I don't want to poke very much. I just want to... Seraphim can poke level 1, so she's not weak level 1, but Tristana wants level 2, so that's why I try to, push. Don't get poked. I stay very opposite with the Soraka, try to dodge her spells, and here we try to go for a little bit of poke. But again, the minions. Like here I have minions advantage. Why do I poke like this? Because I'm thinking, hey, I've got the push. How did I do it? Well, I just hit the minions. Soraka has no cooldown. I have 3 minions extra. So I'm thinking, hey, done with the push. I got the push. Now I'm gonna poke these fuckers. Boom, you see? Poking. Yeah. And even now I have more minions. Like, Zaya, we want the minion? No, I'm still respecting the Soraka. And now they have no cooldown and I can just walk up. Look, slowly walking up on them. So this is, getting the push is very, very important. This is a range versus range. And it works the same with melee versus melee. Just that if you play range versus range and you over push, it's not bad. Because Seraphim can poke them under the tower. But if you over push when you have a Leona and they have Alistar, that's bad. Because then Leona is useless. She can't dive into the tower. So over pushing with a range champion, when you have a range champion, is okay. Over pushing with a melee champion is horrible. Because he's not going to be able to do anything.
So that's in that situation, I just slow push last turn, half set only.
Yeah, like the moment you see you got the push, you just last hit and chill. Of course, now I play Tristana here, so it's a bit hard to
yeah, your passive.
Yeah, my passive is just gonna push a little bit more than I want to. But yeah, that's the basic concept. Great. So here you're pushing, and after you get control, like now, all your clicks should be up because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just poke her. Let's see. Like here, you still keep pushing. Okay, this is good. Don't push because you have control. You have a lot of range on the Lux and a lot of range on Jinx. So here, you're just pushing, but you should be looking to poke. Let's see. Like now, you have 2 minions, they have 1. So this is your time to shine. This is your time to walk up because of the minion advantage. Any auto attack on the minions, of course, this is last hit, so this is good. Let's see if you're looking to poke. You see, you like keep pushing. Okay, poke, good. Keep doing it. Walk up right here and keep doing it because you still have minion advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 versus 4. Good. You still have the minion advantage. Okay, didn't do it that bad this lane. And then now you're gonna get a kill. Oh, okay, they're trolling. Very good. Yeah, so
I hit a minion with my W as well. Embarrassing.
that's fine. I mean, some mistakes are very, very acceptable because you will make mistakes that are, everyone makes mistakes. You're playing Grandmaster, Challenger, Bronze. They will do stupid stuff. They will die stupidly. It just depends on how much you're doing it. So you don't feel bad that, oh, I missed my W. It's like, okay, well, I missed a W. Like, let's make sure it doesn't happen again and we're good. Still winnable. You still got a kill. So yeah, some mistakes are, like a lot of mistakes are, fine. And it's no problem that you're making them. We just need to try to minimize the big mistakes, like playing against Alistar and playing safe. Well, that is not very, very nice because you should know, hey, Alistar can't do anything level 1. So it's not that you missed your W or you mechanically did. No, it's just level 1, he's useless. That's how it works. It's just very, very weak. Okay, good. So I guess we can make the plan.